Guys, what's up? It's Lady Calysta. Today we're going to be talking about a new game called Rise of Civilizations. Now, this video is sponsored by the game developer, and let's jump right in. Now, what I'm going to be showing you on the screen right now is one of the coolest parts of the game. Right from the beginning, you're able to basically choose what your civilization is going to be. Now, you can pick from Rome, Germany, Britain, France, Spain, China, let's see, Japan, and Korea. Now, there's a variety of different reasons why it's important, kind of which civilization that you choose. The first one is going to be, obviously, there's that aesthetic piece to it, and I'm showing you guys a little bit of the beginning cutscenes. It is going to impact what your actual city looks like, right, depending on what that civilization is. But more importantly, there are going to be different sorts of boosts associated with the different civilizations. So one might give you a boost from an infantry perspective and food gathering. Another might give you a boost from construction and cavalry. Another might give you a boost for research and archery. So be very careful about kind of what that initial civilization is, because it obviously does have a big impact. Now, what I'm showing you guys on the screen, I have been grinding this game for a few weeks now, is kind of the alliance piece. So there are alliances in the game. The really cool thing is that this is a heavy team-based game. Now, what you're seeing here is the alliance research, so the entire alliance can work together to unlock research that's going to help everyone. The second thing that I wanted to talk about are the commanders. So you have a variety of different commanders in the game. What you're seeing me do here is basically leveling them up. The commanders will vary. A lot of them come from the different civilizations, right? So like this one, Minamoto obviously is from the Japan civilization. You're able to get them in a variety of different chests. So there is an opportunity to get commanders from different civilizations, not necessarily your own. And it is important to make sure that you are consistently leveling them up, because the more you level them up, the stronger they are going to be. They're also going to be able to help you have bigger armies. You're going to be able to bring multiple armies with you, right, if you have your initial commander at a certain level. So you want to make sure that you're constantly kind of leveling up your commanders. Another thing to mention, guys, that's really cool is there are historical figures in the game. Lancelot is one of them. That's someone that I'm actually actively trying to make my second commander. They have Julius Caesar, Cleopatra, Sun Tzu, and they also have Joan of Arc, amongst a variety of different other historical figures, which is pretty neat. This is the map view, and you can see there that kind of like red area of demarcation. What I'm doing right now is I'm actually going to go hunting for some barbarians. Now, the really cool thing of the game is it does have a search feature. You can search for crops, you can search for wood, you can search for barbarians, right? And it's really helpful to go hit them because they are going to give you rewards. Something that I didn't do in this attack, because I was still kind of like feeling my way around the game, is I was only sending one march. You can kind of see how that works. You do have the opportunity to send more than one march if your commander is of a certain level, right? So after level 20, I was able to send multiple commanders, and that's something that you want to make sure that you're doing when you are attacking the barbarian. This level 17, once I sent 2 commanders with 2 armies, obviously I was able to defeat him. Here, he ends up defeating me. A couple of important things that I want to mention, though, guys. Like, a lot of this stuff is going to feel familiar, but there's a lot of things that are super, super new and different. That red line that you're kind of seeing there is a line of demarcation. There are territories in this game, and this game is not going to be your, I'm going to be a big bully, boost up my account, and go solo a bunch of castles. Like, this ain't it. This game is really about fighting for territory. You're putting up flags. You're putting up different alliance buildings, and they're going to set different areas as parts of your territory. This isn't kind of like the point and click type of fighting game, although it has certain elements of it, like this particular portion. Instead, you're going to be doing a lot of defending certain flags or attacking certain flags, and you're able to basically put camps around those areas, and you can attack people within the map, right? So you're not likely to see a whole lot of castles porting around and everybody's shielding and everybody's scared of getting zeroed. Like, this isn't how the game works. I haven't shielded for quite a while. You're not really going to be getting soloed unless you're ungilded. If you're gilded, it's very unlikely, because the size of the armies that they can send you are not going to be like that astronomical, right? Which is good. So it's hard to get like zeroed. This is going to be a game that is going to push the teamwork, super, super important. What the alliances are doing in this game, they're basically battling for territory. This gives you an inside view of what the inside of my castle looks like. So you can see we have resource buildings, right? We have gold, stone, food, and wood. Those are kind of the 4 key resources. Here I am healing some of my troops. We have hospitals. You guys know how I play. Even when I have a really big account, you can see here I got defeated by the barbarians. Should have sent a couple. I should have sent 2 attacks. But you want to make sure that you keep your hospital capacity up as you're doing a lot of the different kind of exercises that you can do within the game, right? That here I'm just kind of showing you guys the farming aspect of it. I have farmed a ton in this game. Thank God they make it easy. You guys are going to notice when I click the tiles, you can see if I click right there, there's an owner and it says TGS in this case. That is not my alliance. I'm in 3.0. So that would basically be me farming on another alliance's tile, which is not allowed. Everybody really should stick to farming within their own alliance for 2 reasons. The first one, you're going to create a lot less drama with other alliances in a game where it's all about kind of how people play with each other from an alliance perspective. And then secondly, it's in our best interest to make sure that we're farming within our territory, because that is going to be additional resources that we can use to build our alliance buildings. What you guys are seeing me do here is I'm going to basically rally an NPC. There are the barbarian kind of crews that you guys saw there within the map, but there's also barbarian towers. And you can see here, I'm going to set up a rally. Wanted to show you guys kind of what the rally formats look like. This is going to be a level 2. This is basically the screen. You can see that I have the rally set. And at this point, I am waiting for my alliance mates to join. Another thing to mention, guys, you can see on the upper left-hand side my photo. I think that's my YouTube profile picture. The chat functionality in the game is pretty advanced. Everybody has the option to basically pick a standard kind of portrait, or you can upload your own pictures. So when you have world chat and guild chat, it does feel a lot more personalized. I think that's something that a lot of you guys will probably like. So I wanted to make sure that I called that out, because you probably were wondering what exactly that picture was. So everybody can do that. It's part of the game. I could have also picked like one of the cartoon characters. I could have picked a picture really of anything, but it does give you that opportunity. And here you can see I have 3 different 2 guildmates that are going to be joining my rally. It's beneficial to do these forts, to basically rally this barbarian force, because they do give you pretty good rewards. And basically you wait for everybody to march towards you. You can then go ahead, rally it, and they will mail you via the mail system, which is actually pretty advanced in this game, because they sort the mail for you, which you guys know I'm a hot mess when it comes to managing my mail. I definitely appreciate it. You have like a tab for personal, a tab for your alliance mail, a tab for like your reports, a tab for your system mail. So everything is super organized. So things don't get lost in the clutter. Here you can see we ended up beating that barbarian fort. We have a victory. You can see that they have a defeat. This is a quick snapshot of what the battle reports look like in this game. It gives you an idea of the different boosts that we have going on. So pretty cool. What I'm showing you guys here is the thing that I was just mentioning, right? Which is, it's not a point and click type attack game, right? Like right now I could scout that person's army walking back. I wouldn't, they're actually an ally. But I could also click attack and go march to them to fight. So I'm kind of showing you that here. Again, I'm not going to do it because they're an ally, but it's really advanced. And I think this is going to be something that is a real game changer, because it's really different, right? Typically, we're dealing with attacking castles and speeding troops back and forth. We don't worry about troops getting attacked en route, right? And this is like the big portion of the game. That is something that happens quite often here. What I'm showing you guys here is they do have these kind of neat little villages throughout the map that you're able to click, and once you click on those villages, you're able to get little gifts, so that also helps with resources. And what I'm showing you guys here, these are different runes that are on the map. There'll be different things like passes within the map. Again, all these things help alliances. Alliances will fight each other to be able to take control of, you know, the different passes, etc. Here you can kind of see there's a Sanctum Guardian. You can see what the rewards are. I can make sure I can go ahead and attack it. So there's a lot to do from a map perspective that makes it a lot more interactive than I would say typical games. And here you can see, like, I have the opportunity to also camp. And that's another thing that people tend to do a lot of is, and you can see here I'm farming, right? So I have kind of like my farming, siege, soldiers going ahead and doing their thing. And then I have also my scouts. So scouting is huge in this game. This map starts completely locked, you guys. You do not have the opportunity to do what I'm doing right now. Like, for me to be able to show you guys like that pan of the map, I had to actually go and unlock it by exploring with your scouts. So that's another thing that's super different in this game that you're going to be doing. Here I'm showing you guys, so you can see this fortress. You can see our guys in different camps around the fortress, right? So now here's a really cool thing. This is pretty unique. We are trying to basically prevent any additional armies from that guild coming through us and helping to fix that fort. We don't want them to do that, right? So we're basically going to camp around it, basically defending it. And if an army tries to get through us, we're all going to attack it, right? So they would need probably twice as many armies because we're going to try to just engage with anybody that's going to try to repair that fortress. So again, pretty different when it comes to the typical game within this genre. This isn't the way it works. It is very game changing. And it also, having a really big player doesn't help as much as having a really strong alliance and having really active participants, right? So if you are tired of like the whole getting soloed and the bullying, like, this is going to be a game that you get a bunch of really cool people together and create a really strong alliance. You're going to be able to do a lot of fun things, which I think is pretty neat. I was actually really hoping that this alliance would try to like do something while I was recording, like try to get through and try to fix it so I could show you guys how we would engage them in the field. Again, I keep mentioning this because I play a lot of these types of games, and this is actually very, very unique and cool. But you can see we have more than enough kind of camps surrounding this fortress. They didn't make an attempt to fix it, so it's going to eventually come down. The reason why doing stuff like that is important is obviously from a territory perspective. And more territory means more tiles. You can keep growing, you can keep farming, you can get more passes, which can have more runes on them, which are going to give you boosts, and it'll make you stronger. Everything kind of ties together really nicely. There also is the possibility of changing your civilization. It does cost 10,000 gems to change it. So you want to make sure that from the jump, you're starting in a civilization that you really like, so you don't have to pay that many gems. That is quite expensive. Please let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you're playing the game. If you like to give it a shot, please click on the link down below to download. There's a lot to cover in this game, you guys. I was not even able to cover all of it. Wanted to share with you guys a couple of things that I thought might feel familiar for you, as well as some of the really, really different things that they have that I really think make this game quite different in the key areas of war, which, you know, on this channel we are big fans of. So let me know if you have any questions, and as usual, thank you so much for watching.